Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, so I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I am majoring in sport management at NC State. I'm a junior. I'm also minoring in entrepreneurship and business administration. Um, I played football in high school, and I played club ultimate frisbee for NC State. We actually got to go to nationals my freshman year, so that was a really
Ooh,
cool experience. Got to go to Austin, Texas, and like compete against some of the top 20 teams in the country. So that was an awesome time.
probably got to experience some nice sport atmosphere over there too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Austin was cool. I've never been to Texas before, but they had really good food.
I believe it. Any city would. So, what are your career goals?
I've always had a big interest in sports. My brother actually works for the Villanova football team. So he did sport management at Elon, so that kind of inspired me to do that as well. He coaches special teams and is the director of player personnel. So
Well,
I
hint in the
kind of have
shirt.
to with them. Um, but also I'm interested in entrepreneurship, and that's my minor. So I think it'd be cool to start like a business on the side as well.
Yeah, for sure. Just getting involved with any like sporting organization would just be fantastic in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I just want to say my camera's down at the bottom, so I'm looking at you on the thing, but on my video it might look like I'm looking into the sky.
Yeah, that's all good.
So, why are you interested in this position?
I was looking for an internship, and I was looking through the internet, and one of the reasons it piqued my interest was like the marketing aspect of it. I'm really interested in marketing and want to get some experience in that.
Very nice. Uh, what do you know about the company?
I know you guys started in 2011. You're based in Raleigh, and you guys are looking for candidates with good energy and a good work ethic, and I think I fit that well, and I'd really like to be a part with you guys.
Yes, sir. So, what are your salary expectations?
Um, Coming out of college, I'm not expecting too much. Obviously, I know the internship's an unpaid position, so I'm fully expecting that. But obviously, like as I gain more experience and knowledge, I'd be excited for my salary to increase.
I agree. I agree. How will you add value to our institution?
I think I'm a really good problem solver, and I get along with people very well. So I work well in teams, and I'm very organized, like kind of deadline oriented. Make sure I get everything done. I Yeah.
What is your goal in this position?
I want to do the best job possible, and I just want to get really good experience from it, learn some new things, especially that's the marketing aspect, as I mentioned earlier. But I want to do a great job for you guys. I'm not sure if it's going to lead to something with your organization after. But obviously, that'd be awesome, but I just want to get some good experience.
It's a very good answer. So, moving on to more job-specific interview questions. This position requires a lot of interaction with clientele. How have you handled customer conflict in the past?
Yeah, yeah. So I was a camp counselor for like I think five.
So what skills did you specialize in during your previous experience working in sport?
Yeah. So while I was a camp counselor, they actually have some sports oriented camps. So I was actually the a football coach uh, once or twice a week every summer, and that was an awesome experience. That's always my favorite week of camp. It's pretty much just me with like a group of like 12 to 14 kids, and we'll go out there, we'll scrimmage, and I'll teach them how to play. And that's all the parents usually tell me like that's one of their like kids' favorite weeks. And yeah, so from a coaching aspect, working with kids, yeah,
It's gotta be a pretty good feeling with the kids looking up to you every once in a while too.
absolutely.
So, how familiar are you with sports social media accounts?
I'm pretty familiar with social media as a whole. I have pretty much everything. Um, I really like the Panthers account. I think they do a really good job. I'm not a Panthers fan, but I kind of follow them because I'm in North Carolina. You
Of course, same here.
kind of have to root for them. But I've seen other NFL teams' accounts, so I think the Panthers by far impresses me because I'm also an Eagles fan. But
Oh, that's yes.
But I'd noticed the Panthers like have a way better account, like because they'll stay up to date with things. And
Yeah.
they'll put like memes on their account, like just based off like the current events and all the and just like all their editing and marketing, like that really helps. So you can kind of like even in the comments you can see everyone just like, yeah, Panthers social media accounts fire. So I
Yeah.
think that's really important for an organization. That's really good marketing. You just get people interested.
Well, then, yeah, maybe you could take your lessons to the Eagles because I definitely don't think the Eagles have as good as the social media accounts of the Panthers at all.
Yeah, 100%. My brother's roommate actually is a scout for the Eagles. So
Oh, man. Yeah, gosh, you got to get me connected.
yeah.
So, moving on to the behavioral interview questions. Tell me about a time you faced a conflict while at the job. How did you handle it?
Yeah. So one thing about like camp counseling obviously is like there's so much craziness going on with it because you're just like it's you and another counselor and you have like 20 to 30 kids. So obviously there's a lot of personalities there. I could name so many different conflicts because I mean pretty much every 5 minutes there's a conflict of like two people they just like get into it with each other. Usually like a brother or sister or two brothers just messing around, but um, I remember one time I had this one kid and he like it was so weird. I don't know what really happened or what triggered it, but he was just like screaming forever. And it was actually me and like two other counselors. We actually had to stay after our shift because of this kid. And he was just like he was literally like spitting, like he was spitting on us and like yelling at us. Um, and basically like we kind of like let him be and like let him have his tantrum. And then we called his mom and like explained the situation to her, and it was all good after that.
I guess you'd get a lot of patience after working with that for a while.
Absolutely, yes.
And so, tell me about a time you worked effectively under pressure.
Yeah, so I can probably go. I'll just use a sports reference for that, honestly. So I play ultimate frisbee for state, like I said. Um,
Mm.
and there's lots of high pressure situations. Like I play on our like offensive line, so it's like the guys who like basically get the frisbee pulled to, and they have to go out and score. There's a lot more pressure on the O line because they're pretty much expected to score every time. Um, so it was in like the semifinals, and the game was 13-13. We were getting pulled to, and obviously there's a lot of pressure there because you got the whole team watching, and it was actually streamed, which was cool. And we went down the field, and I had the game-winning catch, so that was really cool. So I'm able to stay cool
That's
under
very nice.
pressure and perform.
That definitely highlighted for sure. So, uh, give an example of a goal you reached and tell me how you achieved it.
Yeah. So honestly, in high school, I didn't realize how like important grades were for college. Well, at least like I always assumed kind of like junior and senior year, like, oh, that's what the colleges look at, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like slack freshman and sophomore year, um, and once I kind of realized that wasn't the case, going into my junior year, I'm like, okay, like I need to stop like slacking. Like I'm gonna get straight A's. And I was in four or five AP classes my junior year, and I got straight A's. I just put my mind to it, worked hard, studied, and I was able to finish out high school really strong. And I got all A's and only one B in my final 2 years of high school.
Wow, that's awesome. That'll definitely get you to state for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, John, Laney, I appreciate you for taking your time to interview with us today.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Have a good one.